Good morning, Mr. Kevin. I might have had a bit too much to drink last night and said some things I shouldn't have. I apologize.
Morning, Annie. Why apologize to me? I should be thanking you. It's been a long time since I've taken a walk in the moonlight.
Annie smiled briefly and remained silent. It's strange how with some people, even if you don't know each other well, through their gestures, smiles, and words, there's a sense of familiarity, as if you've known each other in a past life.
Can I come in?
The door's open. Please come in.
After lunch, Annie knocked on Kevin's office door.
Boss, how about I treat you to coffee this afternoon, like I promised yesterday?
No need to be so formal. I just mentioned it casually last night. It was presumptuous of me. I apologize if it made you uncomfortable.
No worries. Just a cup of coffee. It's no big deal.
Sure, wait for me a moment. I'll get this proposal drafted first.
All right, boss. I'll be waiting for you.
Don't call me boss, just call me Kevin.
All right. It's more friendly that way.
While waiting, Annie noticed a photo frame on Kevin's desk. It contained a picture of a young and beautiful woman.
This woman must be Kevin's ex-wife. I used to think that leaving a man like Kevin must be because of the woman. But seeing this gentle and kind-looking lady, I suddenly feel like she and Kevin were well matched.
Kevin and Annie arrived at the coffee shop, savoring this rare warmth.
Do you come here often?
Yeah, the ambiance is nice, and the coffee is good too.
Do you have a sad story too?
Aren't you too?
Perhaps. But no matter how sad or painful our stories may be, we must cherish ourselves and strive to live well.
Yeah, that applies to you too. You know, when a leaf leaves the tree, is it because the wind is chasing it or because the tree didn't hold it back?
None of the above.
What is that?
That is the leaf's own decision. It's the law of nature. It calmly accepts the arrangement of fate, and in doing so, it can, in the next cycle, bring forth even more beautiful new greenery.
Outside the window, leaves from the tree were falling, one by one. Kevin and Annie's gazes were simultaneously fixed on the falling leaves outside. They were quietly contemplating something. The falling leaves seemed to merge their two sets of eyes, creating a poignant overlap. Since then, Kevin and Annie, due to their busy work schedules, never had the chance to spend time together again. Occasionally crossing paths at work, they would exchange a knowing smile, but that was the extent of their interaction. Since then, Annie always felt that there was a subtle change in their relationship, though she couldn't quite put it into words. Sometimes, when they met in the elevator, Kevin would smile at her, and Annie felt a strange sense of tranquility in the midst of the crowded people. Since then, Kevin also noticed that there was a bit more warmth in Annie's gaze when she looked at him. However, he pretended not to be aware and would quietly think about her calm demeanor and her lonely, sad figure on that moonlit night. It was a late night after overtime, and Annie caught a ride with Kevin. The car navigated through the colorful night, and Annie leaned her head against the window, observing the passing scenery. The gentle breeze softly blew, and she was slightly intoxicated. Kevin drove steadily, and the corner of his eye glanced at her slender shoulders. An indescribable emotion welled up in his heart, causing a slight ache.
See you tomorrow.
Come up and have a bowl of noodles.
Is it convenient?
Well, as long as you don't mind if it doesn't taste good. I can only make very simple dishes, like clear soup noodles. Hope you don't mind?
I only like clear soup noodles. My mom used to make it for me a lot when I was a child. Your little house is just like you. Fresh, clean, and warm.
Annie skillfully chopped green onions. Kevin, watching her from the side, suddenly felt a warm feeling. This was the kind of family life he enjoyed.
All right, the clear soup noodles are ready. Let's get ready to eat.
Your cooking skills are impressive. It all looks so tempting.
It's not bad. I only know how to make this. Simple, clear, not greasy.
Haven't had such good noodles in a long time. It feels so comforting, reminds me of the noodles my mom used to cook for me.
Sure thing. Whenever you're free, just swing by for a bite.
Annie, I'll be heading back to the company headquarters next month.
After Kevin spoke, perhaps because both of them were hungry, they quietly finished their meal, maintaining silence throughout. Annie remained silent, feeling an inexplicable sadness welling up within her. She walked to the kitchen, facing away from him, washing the dishes. Finally, tears rolled down her cheeks, dropping onto the back of her hand.
How come you're heading back to headquarters so soon? I haven't heard you mention it before.
I just received the notice from higher-ups. Haven't had the chance to inform you all yet, but you're the first to know. Annie, thank you for being a part of my life, even in my final days here.
Annie didn't understand his meaning. She just forever remembered the warmth of his embrace. When Kevin left, Annie accompanied him to the airport. They didn't exchange many words, just embraced each other deeply.
Take care on the journey.
Thank you, Annie. Take care and cherish yourself.
In that moment, both of their hearts ached, yet they continued to smile. Annie watched his figure disappear at the boarding gate. She turned around without looking back. However, tears welled up in the corners of her eyes, blurring each other's vision. Six months later, Annie, missing Kevin dearly, finally dialed his number. However, the voice Annie heard wasn't the one she had longed for day and night. She couldn't recall what the person said, how many words were spoken, how many tears she shed, or how she hung up the phone.
Kevin had passed away from liver cancer 2 months ago.
Suddenly, Annie understood all those things Kevin had said to her before.
Stars twinkling might be their way of expressing love to those they cherish. If two people love each other but can only gaze at each other from a distance, it's truly a painful situation. Falling leaves understand the laws of nature. They calmly accept the arrangement of fate. It is through this acceptance that they can, in the next cycle, bring forth even more beautiful new greenery. Annie, thank you for being a part of my life, even in my final days. Thank you, Annie. Take care and cherish yourself.
Annie finally understood why he left his beautiful and kind wife, who had been so close and intimate with him. She finally understood why he had been reluctant to utter the long-cherished love that he kept deep in his heart. But it was all too late. Annie will continue to live her life well and cherish herself, as it is what Kevin would have wanted. Annie will continue to live her life with their memories, sometimes smiling, sometimes feeling a bit lonely. Of course, she will always remember the warmth of his embrace.